third stage is where you realize that, oh, mind has gone off the object of it, where the mind is now predominantly sattvic, and it is remaining on that object of meditation, whatever it might be. In Vedantic meditation, in the highest, it is Brahman, but it can be Saguna Upasana. So it can be an idol or whatever, a name, mantra, whatever. So that object, also, that is what is Ekagra Mana. Tatra, make the mind Ekagra, he's saying, having made Kratva, Yata chitta indriya akriyaha. So chitta here, mind again, indriya representing the body. So akriya means there should be no movement of the body, of the senses, of the movement. Means what? Senses means senses are not going to physically go somewhere, but that's why you keep your eyes closed. But the unfortunate part is you cannot close your ears and nose. So some smell, oh, something is cooking in the kitchen. That's why eyes have to be closed in meditation. So at least one sense organ you can control and not see what is going on. Otherwise, then your eyes are open and, oh, this one is doing that, that one, it shouldn't be like that. So all the body and the mind, yati, control, under control. Now, what is, see, mind is a flow of thought. Let's just think a little minute here. Indriya, like I said, eyes only you can close. You cannot close the nose. Keep your mouth closed. It's meditation not to be done with some, oh, let me just finish my breakfast while meditating. That doesn't happen. That is not allowed. So you're not eating. Those things are. But see, the thought, mind is a flow of thought, right? So what does it mean, yata chitta, control the mind? What if you try to suppress the mind, that much more that mind is going to revolt. It's like a child, you tell the child, don't do that, child wants to do that thing only. So mind is also like that. So by control, when we use the word control, it means a force. You control, you cannot force the mind. So control of the mind is observation of thought. That is, so what happens is thoughts are going to come. Why? Because mind is a flow of thought. You cannot have a thought free. You can, thought, Nirvikalpaya Namaha, one of the names of Gurudev. But that is, he's a realized master. So we are not at that stage. So thoughts are going to flow through our mind. And Gurudev used to give the example of, the army in India, Indian army or any army, when the general is standing on the stage, right? Independence Day parade. And the parade is going and the general is not moving anywhere. He's only looking at the parade, right? He's only observing. That is the position that we have to take of the general. So the thoughts are moving. Don't you move with the thought. That is the idea. Thought comes, yesterday I saw BMW. Now, before you know it, the mind, I really like that color. That color I should have chosen for my car. Before you know it, the mind will run. And that is what is meant by control. Do not let the mind run. Let the thought come. Control doesn't mean, this thought should not come to me. This thought should not come to me. That thought only will come to you. There is one story, one guru told a disciple, whatever you do, don't think of monkey in meditation. The next day he said, Guru, I could not think of anything else but monkey. So you cannot do that to the mind. So control is in the form of observation. So you remain in a witness position, sakshi position, and observe the thoughts that are going. And it could be an angry thought, lusty thought, passionate thought, good thought, bad thought, whatever it is. So what you're doing by doing this observation is you're separating yourself from the thought. That is what is required. Okay. So control has to be in the form of observation, not suppressing. You cannot suppress. If the more you try to suppress, the more the thoughts are going to come up. So it's going to be a losing battle on our end. So that is not recommended. Indriya, that, like I said, close your eyes. That's why I try not to, some people like to put essence, agarbatti or some, which is actually not recommended, because then, yesterday's agarbatti was better than today. All that kind of things will come because the nose is now running out, or mind is running through the nose, right? So it is not recommended, but if you think that will help, definitely do it. So body control is easier than the mind control, and mind control has to be done this way. That is how you make it ekagra. So what it is, ekagra in observing. That is what ekagra is now here, because this is beginning stages of meditation. Okay, don't think that this is going to take you to it's nothing, right? That's why the reason is given. Bhagavan gives the purpose. What should I be doing? Atma Vishuddhaye. Atma here, mind. So for the purification of the mind, see, this is it is not the highest. Bhagavan is not saying this is to realize me. Bhagavan is saying you do all this 10, 11, and 12 to just purify your own mind. Now, another point to remember is, just by sitting, can I purify my mind? No, you can't. If that was easy, then everybody would just sit and purify mind and then realization. No, karma yoga precedes. Karma yoga has to be done. Okay, so the mind has to be purified. This is for extra purification. When the mind gets purified by karma yoga and it quietens to a certain extent, it is capable of becoming ekagra. And at this point in time, Bhagavan is saying, now that you are capable of keeping your mind single pointed, now you sit in a clean place every single day, make the habit of meditation and purify your mind even more. So this Atma Shuddha, don't think, okay, then I don't have to do karma yoga or anything. I'll just sit in meditation. It will never get purified. Sitting cannot purify the mind. Only karma can purify the mind. If you want mind purification, karma is very essential in the form of karma yoga. Okay, that's why that 23.5 hours you have to maintain. Try to maintain. That's why even reading, I find if there is like, if there is somewhere I go and then I talk and then lunch and this and that, somebody invited me for lunch last Friday. I said, absolutely not. Because if I go, then in the evening I have to give the lecture. That is what I'm finding. Just to even read the portion that I have to be teaching, I find that I get disturbed if I go out. So I prefer to be alone, sitting at home and quietly. So imagine how much more quietness you need in the seat of meditation. Okay, so this is what Bhagavan is saying here. Tatra ekagram. After that, after 10 and 11, then you having made the mind ekagra. I told you there are 5 bhumis ekagra, and then there is nirodha, which is even higher than ekagra. Yata chitta and indra. So mind and indriyas representing the body. Upavishasane, sitting near yujat, atma vishuddha. For the purpose, what is the purpose? Is for the purification of the self. Gurudev has written, but the S is small s. So atma, it doesn't mean the capital self. It means the mind, because there's nothing to purify in atma. Okay. Now he's giving more instructions as to how we should be sitting. Samam kaya shiro grivam dharayan chalam stiraha samprekshya nasikagram swam dishashchanavalokayan. Let him firmly hold his body, head and neck erect and still, gazing at the tip of his nose without looking around. Kaya, samam kaya shira, and so there is the head, the neck, and the spinal cord. Now, in yoga, those who are doing yoga, see, there is the spinal fluid which flows in the spinal cord. If you keep your body absolutely straight like a stick, in guided meditation, when we used to do, there's the first instruction we would be giving. So not like, not like this, not slouching. And the reason is that the spinal fluid, apparently, when the head, neck, and it flows smoothly. And when it flows smoothly, concentration is better. Concentration is better. So I have tried this while I chant. When I do my chanting, if I'm sitting like this, my mind is not as alert. It wanders. But if I sit like this, straight, absolutely straight, then it's a better concentration even on the chanting, not meditation, just the chanting. So I've tried this and it works. So you also try it. If you're trying, even if you're not doing meditation, I will tell you in initial stages, 5 minutes in the day you take and you just sit at one place. Just sit. Nothing, no agenda, no meditation, no purification of mind, just to get the body disciplined that this is my 5 minutes of sitting down and I'm not going to let anything bother me. What am I going to have for lunch? What am I going to do? Where am I going to do? Nothing, just 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes in the day and practice and achieve asana siddhi, what is known as asana siddhi. That means, your body is capable of sitting at one place for 5 minutes without moving. So that is where the practice has to begin. And then in that samam in a straight line, kaya shirogram, dharayan achalam sthira. So achalam is unmoving and sthira is steady. Now the question is what Bhagwan is repeating the words because he knew the words. That's what we do. We repeat because we just know. No. Achala and sthira, there is no movement in both. But there is a difference. Achala is like a mountain where there is no movement on the outside. The mountain doesn't move, but within the mountain also there is no movement. That is Achala. And sthira is like a tree. Now, tree also doesn't move, but within the tree, there is a lot of movement. Leaves move, branches move, the roots move because they are going for water or nutrition. So they are also growing underground. So within the tree, there is movement. And that is, so for us, that's the difference between achala and sthira. It is not a repetition of words. It is specific reason is there. So externally, so like a mountain means no movement inside, means your mind should not be moving. Inside your body, blood will flow. That we have no control. So don't worry, don't try to stop that. No, that pranas will flow. That also we have no control. Okay, we are like sthira. Therefore, that sthiras, achala we cannot be achala. Why? Because blood is moving, pranas are moving. So we cannot be like the mountain where there is no movement outside as well as inside. We cannot be like that. But in the seat of meditation, achala can be for the mind. Achala is referring to the mind. So internally, what does it mean? Don't move. Internally, don't move means don't let the mind run outside. That is what it means. And sthira is like a tree. So you're sitting in one place. So sthira. So that steadiness is there. That's why asana siddhi. Otherwise, this thing happened and there, not like that. So this is what is meant. So this is what Bhagwan is saying here. And then now, if you keep your eyes open and you look at the shape of your nose, you're going to go cross-eyed. Okay, Bhagwan doesn't want us to be cross-eyed. That is not what it means. That you have to understand it. Is look at the mind needs a point to focus. So what you have to do is you have to close your eyes completely and focus on this one, this chakra here, which is there. Adhisthana, I don't know what it's called, but this is what you focus on. So it is not the eyes become physically cross-eyed. No, the mind should be focused there. Let me tell you one thing. See, when in the gym, we practice balancing because that is also one of very, very important aspects as you get older. Balance, how she says, okay, Jaya, stand on one leg. Okay, which is fine. After 10 seconds, she says, close your eyes and try it. It is extremely difficult. The reason is because there is nothing to focus on. See, when your eyes are open, it's very easy to stand on one. I mean, very easy means you practice it and it's easy. It is easy because the eyes, what you do is you pick a spot on the floor or on the wall or somewhere and keep your eyes fixed there. The body will be able to stand on one leg. But the minute you close your eyes, unless you have a focal point inside, there is nothing to focus. If your eyes are closed, there's nothing outside. So if you want to maintain your balance with your eyes closed, then you have to focus on this point. And the more you focus on this point, the more you can remain standing on one leg. Okay, so in the seat of meditation, you're not standing on one leg, you are sitting. That's why sitting becomes comfortable. Sitting becomes important. Straight, close your eyes completely and focus on this point inside. So you're not becoming cross-eyed or any such thing. Okay, Nasikagra, tip of your nose. One focal point is required for the steadiness, maintaining the mind steady. Ekagraman, what is ekagra? Single pointed, right? So single pointed, there should be one single point. This is a physical instruction. Later on, Upanishad will say focus only on Om, nothing physical, just like that. So that stage we have not reached. So that is not what is, that's why Bhagwan is, this is very, very important. These instructions are extremely important in the beginning stages. So that is what he says. He says, that is what is to be done. So in the seat of meditation, sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. That's how we say it in guided meditation. Close your eyes completely because you don't want to be disturbed. Oh, is that person sleeping? Oh, is that one slouching? No, no, no. It is only about you. And here you're alone in your own home. So there's nobody else to watch, which is good. Focus here on this point. Okay, that mind. Because body you've already made sthira. And then without looking around, you're alone now. Okay, that it's understood. Don't look, because if you look, then the mind is going to go there. Oh, that, oh, I should have cleaned that place. Oh, that. So that's not. Okay, fine. All right. Then Prashantatma vigatabhihi brahmachari vrate sthitah manasanyamya machittah yukta asita matparah. Serene-minded, fearless, firm in the vow of brahmacharya, having controlled the mind, thinking of me and balanced. Let him sit having me as the supreme goal. So now the instructions for the yogi, what he should do. So please see the chain of events. Okay, in verse 10, he said, pick a solitary place, be ekaki, sit quietly, and try to control, and don't have any hopes, means false hopes, and then no hoarding of thoughts in the mind. Then he said, what sort of a pure place, a clean place. Asana should be very sthira. It should not be shaking, moving, not too up, not too down, comfortable. That then the mind has to be made ekagra. So, make it single pointed by controlling the mind. I told you, control the mind is observation of thought. Body is presumed to be controlled. And your purpose, what is the purpose of meditation, is for more purity of mind. This is how I would put it. Because if you say purity of mind, then karma yoga becomes, that means you could misunderstand that meditation is what is going to purify the mind. It is not. Sitting at one place, there's no way that the mind is going to get purified. Okay, karma yoga is essential. So all that is done. So more purification is required. When we study about samadhi and all, even in samadhi, there is stages. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 stages are there in samadhi. Okay, so not that just once you got a glimpse and then it doesn't work like that. Same thing with purity. Purity can become more and more and more. Purification of mind, it is not like, because ultimate purification is absence of likes and dislikes. Can we truly say that I have absolutely no likes for anything in the world and absolutely no dislike for anything in the world? Until we reach that stage, mind is not purified, that much purified. Okay, so that's why this is to be. And then hold the body steady, and then remain achala and sthira, outside sthira, inside achala, mind not moving too much. Because if the general doesn't move, remember in the parade, the general is only saluting. The parade comes and moves. Parade is constantly moving. If you've seen any parade, Independence Day, whatever in India, right? And the general is only standing like this, firm, and he's a military general. He doesn't even move. That is where we have to be standing. That is achala. Okay, inside. We stand like that. And thoughts are moving. Okay, that's fine. No problem. Because that we cannot do anything. Then, prashanta atma. Atma again meaning mind. Prakarshena shanta. Prakarshena. Very, very. Prashanta is, see, there is shanti and then there is ashanti. And the third word is prashanti. So shanti and ashanti are pairs of opposites. So there is peace, and then when that peace goes away, there is ashanti. There is this thing. It's like you're carrying your purse on one shoulder, then the shoulder gets tired, then you move the purse to the other shoulder. So this one gets a little bit of relief, then the other one starts hurting, then you again bring it. That is, you're oscillating between pairs of opposites. But prashanti is when there is no oscillation. It is beyond shanti and ashanti. Means whether there is a peaceful situation or a non-peaceful situation, you are peaceful only. Okay, in Shanti Ashanti, there is oscillation. In Prashanti, there is no oscillation. So the mind is absolutely not oscillating anymore. Prashantatma. Vigata bihi, don't have any kind of fear, right? What if I realize, then what will happen to me? Are Baba, don't first realize, then we'll see what happens. Have no fear, because it's a negative trait. Fear means then, it is not going to help you. Brahmacharya, see, brahmachari word, very much misunderstood. Brahmachari, the definition of brahmachari is one who has dedicated his life to the study of the Vedas. This is the highest definition of brahmachari. Okay, so brahmachari, at the lowest level, the brahmachari is defined as one who is celibate. So abstinence from sex, that is not meant in Vedanta. If you take the higher, then it is the one who is, so he could be a householder. As if he has dedicated his life to the study of Vedas, King Janaka was there. He was a realized master. He had dedicated his life to the Vedas. So he also was a brahmachari only, even though he may have many queens, he had a kingdom, he had money, he had wealth, everything. Still, he was a brahmachari. So that is that. But brahmachari in the ordinary, for us, what it should be is control of all the sense organs. Abstinence from indulgence through any sense organ. Okay, eyes, ears, too many movies, too much TV, too much whatever, too much eating, too much, all sense organs under control is what brahmachari. So this brahmachari vrate sthitaha, steady in the vrata, vrata, you understand vrata, right? Fast is a vrata. You take a sankalpa that I will fast on Mondays, that way. So in that, the person is steady. So all indulgences through all the sense organs are under control. Because if they are not, then the mind is going to run there. If somebody is a foodie, then mind will go to the food, right? That way. That's why. So this brahmachari vrati sthitaha, this is how it should be. Then what he should do, manasayamya, control the mind, and mat chittaha, that mind has to be put in me, means he must only think of me. Means Bhagavan Krishna, not me. Yukta asita mat paraha. See, these are two words, mat chitta and mat paraha. Okay, so mat chitta means chitta in me, means mind in me, means mind thinking only of me. Okay, there are two words. And then mat para supreme, thinking that I am supreme. Understand these two words. See, we work for a company, or we have a job, or whatever that we work for, right? And our mind is always in our work. We are thinking, we are supposed to, and we are working, and our mind is with whatever field of work we have. But is that field most important to us, or is it our family? Who am I working for? I am working for the company. Yes, I am working for the company. But the concern in my mind is for my family. So these are two different things. Here, this is what Bhagavan is saying, that you must not only think of me, but think of me as the only supreme being. Like, see what we do. There is one Vivek called sadhana sadhya that I'll be talking about it tomorrow. We have this world to whom we have given very much reality, thinking that there is happiness in the world. And now I go to God and I light my lamp and say, Bhagwan, give me promotion, give me spouse, give me house, give me health, give me this, give me that. So what I've done is I've made Bhagwan the means and this world the goal. What he's saying here is that I only must be goal, and you must be coming to me only to pray. That's why in chapter 7, he will say, Mama Maya Durataya, my Maya is very difficult to cross over. You have to surrender to me alone. This is what is meant. That's why this mat para and mat chitta should be understood correctly. That you think about me, but don't think about me because, oh, let me think, so God will give me this, God will give me that. Not like that. That is what we do. We work and we say, yeah, then I'll earn money, more money, and then I can buy a bigger house for my family. I can buy a car for my son. I can buy this. I can buy that. So mat para there is your family, and mat chitta is your company. But here Bhagavan is saying, no, me. Put your mind in me. It's think about me. Focus. Ekagra mana on me. As you go into higher Vedanta, there it will then say, here is Bhagavan Shri Krishna talking. There they'll say only Om or Brahman. Okay, there is a difference. But here right now, because Bhagavan is giving a one-on-one instruction to Arjun, he's telling him, consider me. But here you must know that it is not the form of Bhagwan. So because if there is some other Shiva Bhakta here, or one who is Mata Rani, then they'll say, why I should think of Krishna? No, 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 no. If you think Shiva is this thing, fine. Mat Para, Mat Chitta, Shiva. Mata Rani, Mat Para, Divine Mother, Mat Para, Mat. No problem. No problem. Okay. This is, he's saying me because it is being told by Bhagavan Shri Krishna. But everybody is in Hanumanji. You can do Matpara, but both you have to do. Matpara, Matchitta. Both you have to do. There is a story. So there was a great Hanuman Bhakta, and he used to pray to Lord Hanuman every single day. But you know, he was like, Bhagwan, give me this, give me that, and then nothing got fulfilled. So one day he had this brilliant thought that, you know, I'm praying only to the servant, right? Hanumanji was a servant of Sri Ram. So he said, what? That's how only I can't get anything. I better not pray to the servant. I better get the master only. So he didn't throw away the idol of Hanumanji. He kept it on the side and he brought Sri Ram in the main altar and he started praying to Sri Ram, because he said, I should pray to the master. I should not pray to the servant. You know, remember in Yanya, Swami Ishwanji said very beautifully, he's the only servant whom we pray as God. He's God. But anyway, this person didn't know. So he was praying, and then what happened was he was lighting agarbatti for his puja, and then one day suddenly again he had this brilliant thought that I'm lighting the, you know, as per the breeze, that smoke of that agarbatti will go in one direction. And what happened was he had kept the Hanuman idol on the side, so he suddenly realized that he's putting agarbatti in front of Sri Ram, but that thing is going to Hanumanji. And he thought, Arey Baba, what? This is agarbatti, not for Hanumanji, it is for Sri Ram. And this thing is going. So you know what he did? He took cotton swab and he stuffed it in the nose of Hanumanji's idol. He said, you should, it's not for you. Only Sri Ram should smell. But the minute he did that, Hanumanji appeared. Hanumanji appeared in person. And Hanumanji said, ask and you shall receive. What do you want? He was totally shocked. He said, what are you doing? When I prayed to you so many years, you didn't do anything. And now, you know, now when I'm praying to Sri Ram, you just suddenly showed up. What is going on? He says, all those years when you prayed to me, you only thought of me as an idol. You never thought of me as a real entity, a real being. Now by stuffing cotton in my nose, my nose means what? That idol, do you think that idol is smelling anything? But you gave it reality. You thought, oh, Hanumanji himself is smelling. That means you finally understood that that is real Hanuman. Now you understood real. Now I'm really standing in front of you. Mat para mat chitta. Supreme also. So when you have any idol, whichever idol it may be, Hanumanji, higher, so many deities are there, you know, whichever, but Mat Chitta and Mat Para, he is supreme. Then don't think he's servant, oh, maybe Ram is supreme, maybe Shiva is supreme. Don't think like that. For you, he is supreme. He or she, whatever Devi, Saraswati, whatever, you want education, focus on Saraswati, focus, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is very important here. Mat Chitta and Mat Para is very important. So thinking about me and thinking of me as the supreme. Okay, so mana sayamya, control. When you control the mind has got tremendous energy. Okay, so when it's like, you know, see, water has got tremendous energy, right? So what do? They build a dam. They control it. Why are they controlling the water? Because then that water flow is generating electricity. It becomes a powerhouse, right? When you build the dam. Do you understand this concept? Everybody understands this concept of dam? You're tapping, or take the sunlight. Okay, so there is general sunlight everywhere, but if you take a magnifying glass and hold it on a piece of paper, that sunlight will get, it will burn the piece of paper. So that energy is tapped. This is what manasayamya means here, that the energy which is now, previously the mind was so extroverted, it was running in all directions, the energy was being wasted. Now the mind is controlled, the energy is now saved. Now direct that energy towards me and considering me as supreme. Because mind has force. Remember that. Mind has tremendous, this is what Arjun himself will say now further in this chapter. The mind is very, very forceful. It is impossible to control. This is what Bhagavan, he will say now, because Bhagavan is saying, control the mind, control the mind. So he will say that. Okay. All right. Any questions so far? Okay. Then what? Yunjan, now the result. Yunjan nevam sadatmanam yoginiyata manasaha shantim nirvana paramam matsamsthanam adhigachati. Thus, always keeping the mind balanced, the yogi, with his mind controlled, attains to the peace abiding in me, which culminates in total liberation, nirvana or moksha. So here there are 7 things. Okay. Yunjan Nevam. So having joined the mind, Yunjan Evam Yunjan, Evam thus. Evam is thus, Yunjan, having joined the mind to whom? To him, right? Because he said mat chitta. So having joined it. Sadatmanam. So Atma again here is mind. Always the mind is in me, means in the seat of meditation. Actually, like I said, always means 24/7 our mind should be in him only, but okay, leave that alone. Now in the seat of meditation, yogi is the one who is striving. Niyata manasa, mind completely under his control. So the energy is saved and is now being used to keep the mind focused on him and him alone, considering him to be the supreme. Then what happens? Second line is the result. Then what happens? Shantim, peace, complete peace. Nirvana paramam, supreme nirvana. What is supreme? Moksha. Okay, but this is way high up there. Huh? That all those instances, don't think one day you do those, and you agree. No, you don't. For births and births, you have to do that. Mat samsthanam adhigachati. Gachati is to go. Adhigachati is to come. Like he will come to me. Mat samsthanam. So here, yogi we know. Sadatmana, Niyatamanasa, Shantim, Nirvana word we should understand. So what this yogi is doing now? Mind is completely under his control, because he has done it through karma yoga, and then he has practiced meditation also. Meditation in the initial stages, we do use the word practice. I told you right now, it is a verb for us. We have to practice it. Practice is a verb. It's a doing, right? But in the higher stages of meditation, the higher meaning of meditation is not a verb. There's nothing to do. There is nothing to do. But right now we have to do it, because we are not used to it. We are not used to it. So mind under control, all this is doing. Body under control, sthiras, all this is falling under doing, under the verb. But that's okay at this stage. So he will get the shanti, and here again, shanti means prashanti, because he's now reaching the supreme. Supreme has 2 connotations, the word supreme. One connotation is there is nothing beyond that, and the second connotation is it is a point of no return. So in chapter 15, when we reach, the Bhagavan says, Nirmanam, having reached there is no return. Okay, so moksha or nirvana is the only place from where there is no return. From heaven, any higher worlds up to Brahmaloka, there is a return. You will come back when your merits are over. And that's why Bhagavan in chapter 2 advised Arjun that Arjun, heaven, the doors of heaven are open for you. You will definitely reach. If you die here, either you win the war and become the king, you get the kingdom, or you die and then you get the kingdom of heaven. That is guaranteed. But that is a point of return. And I don't want you to go to a point of return. I want you to go to a point of no return, which is moksha, which is higher. This nirvana word, we have heard it very much in Buddhism, right? Nirvana, he attained nirvana. Vana, nir is a prefix, which means without. No, it's a negative. Nir, without. And vana means, one meaning of vana is fire. So when nirvana, fire can be taken, fire is fire of desires, right? And where is desire arising from? Ignorance. So it's the fire of ignorance, where there is no fire of ignorance, where there is no fire of desires. Because desires are arising out of an ignorance of my own supreme self, right? I think I am the body, I think I'm the mind, I think I'm the intellect. And that's why there is a desire. I think that this world is different from me. That's why I have a desire for something in the world. So desire, and then when desire becomes like a fire, it can, the vasanas can push you to do things which you may regret later, or you may not have wanted to do. So that's why this vana, one meaning is fire of ignorance or fire of desire, fire. One meaning of vana is arrows. So there is arrow, with the arrow, what happens? You die, if the arrow hits. So where there is no arrow of death, because you've now transcended death. Moksha is where you get that eternal life. So there is no more death. There is no more body, because death is only to the body. Whereas moksha or nirvana is a place where there is no body at all. There is only Atma, and Atma doesn't die. Paramatma doesn't die ever. It is eternal. No birth, no death. Okay. So that is what nirvana, paramam. So it comes to me. And here Bhagavan is talking from the highest level. There are various, as we go deeper into other texts, you will find that there are various meditations, but bhakti especially, in bhakti when they do, then there are 4 types of muktis. So one type of mukti is where he reaches suppose if I'm doing meditation on Vishnu Bhagwan, then I will reach the Vishnu Loka, Vaikuntha. If I'm doing meditation on Shivji, then I'll reach Kailash. That is one mukti. That is also, they consider mukti. In Bhakti Shastra, this is Bhakti Shastra, this is not Vedanta. So you reach there. Then there is another type of meditation where you reach there and you are in the, even in heaven or in this loka, like we have a close BFF, right? We have close circle of friends. So it said Bhagwan is a close circle of friends. So one mukti is where you will reach there, but you will be in the close circle of friends. Otherwise, you will be in the outside circle. Depending on your level of meditation, you will reach. That is also mukti, they say. Then there is one where you start looking like Bhagwan only, like Vishnu. So you look like Vishnu. Then a question was asked, then how do we know the real Vishnu from the fake Vishnu? Because now you're looking like you're fake. They said, no, but Lakshmi will only be with the real Vishnu, she won't be with us. So that is another type of mukti. This is all Bhakti Shastra muktis, okay? But here, when he says, Matsthanam adhigacchati, there is no, and that also will end. When this thing ends, then you may have to come back. So here, this is what he means. So Sadat Atma Yogi Niyataman. So control of the mind becomes extremely important. The control of the mind will be easier the more and more the mind is purified, the control will be easy. What is the control? Mind, if we see this representation, where the mind is the reins, it's in the hand of the intellect. So where the mind is constantly listening to the intellect, it is under your control. That is in normal parlance, that is what it is. When the intellect is telling you this is not correct for you and you agree to it, and without any hesitation you follow it, then your mind is under control. But in the seat of meditation, where the thoughts are controlled by observing them, then this is what you reach. All right. Now, these are the primary rules that Bhagavan has given. Now Bhagavan is going to give some secondary rules, because to do meditation, see, a lifestyle change is required. See, I remember when my doctor had asked me to lose weight, he said to me, don't go on a diet, because if you go on a diet, that diet is going to end and you're going to go back to your old ways. If you want to lose weight, your whole lifestyle has to change. Now, in meditation also, it's exactly the same thing. Our whole lifestyle, that's why Gurudev has said 23 and a half hours, your lifestyle, if it is very extroverted, don't try to meditate in the last half an hour. Don't. It is not possible. So this whole lifestyle, how to change, now Bhagavan is giving instructions from 16 onwards. And the first instruction he gives, नात्यश्नतस्तु योगोऽस्ति न चैकान्तमनश्नतः न चाति स्वप्नशीलस्य जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुन. Verily, yoga is not possible. And here yoga means meditation, because we are in dhyana yoga. So what yoga is this? Dhyana yoga is not possible for him who eats too much, nor for him who does not eat at all, nor for him who sleeps too much, nor for him who is always awake, O Arjuna. See, this is the lifestyle change. This is not in the seat of meditation. This is in your whole day-to-day life, whatever that you've spent. So if you now want to practice meditation, then this type of lifestyle change has to come. What is it? Who eats too much, so overeating, obesity, because you see, then your stomach is going to be full, then you're going to get burp, you're going to burp, and all these kinds of things, and not eating at all. See, this was tried by Gautam Buddha. If you remember Gautam Buddha's life, when he left, he tried this. He tried the path of extremes first. So he indulged, and nothing happened. Then he fasted, so much, nothing happened. Then he realized, no, it has to be a path of moderation. This is what Bhagavan is saying here also, that be moderate. We're not asking you not to eat at all. Like then there is what all kinds of other issues, right? So the one who do not overeat, but do not undereat as well, which means whatever is required for the body. Even now, the latest, first they were saying drink 8 glasses of water every day. Then this is before COVID. Then my doctor said to me, no, now they've changed it. Your body will tell you when you need water, and only that much you drink. Otherwise, if you drink too much water, then the kidneys will get drowned. So all these new things are coming. So moderation is the key. The point is moderation. And he said, if you're in a hot country like India, then yeah, maybe you might need even 10 glasses of water in a day. Then drink that. Doesn't matter. Oh, only 8. Now I can't drink the 9th glass, but I'm sweating like crazy. If I go in the summer in India, then drink more water. So whatever is required for that, you must do. Okay, that is what he's meaning here. And then this swapna, see this word swapna, when we say swapna, we see dream. We mean dream, like mostly swapna is used for dream, but swapna comes from the verbal root swap, and swap means to sleep. So swapna word should be taken in context. Okay, so not dreams too much. It doesn't mean Bhagavan is not saying the one who has a lot of dreams. And I'll tell you who has a lot of dreams is the mind when it is very rajasic. There'll be a lot of, because dream is a activity of the mind. So when the mind is very agitated, very rajasic, then there will be dreams. A sattvic mind, if the mind is pure and sattvic, deep sleep will be more. Very few dreams. There will be dreams. And normally you will find, if you go for a party, if you're extrovert, if you're leading a very quiet lifestyle, that's what I'm finding, because my lifestyle is, because with COVID, it was very isolated and quiet and everything. Now, if I go for some, gathering, party, this, that, I'll tend to dream at night. There'll be some sort of dream. So swapna here it has to be taken in context. So if one who is sleeping, then he'll be lethargic. Okay, because oversleeping, you're going to be lethargic. And undersleeping, you're going to fall asleep in the seat of meditation. That is the point. Either you have overeaten, so now you're feeling heavy and bloated and whatnot. That means what? The body is now, your attention is going to the body. If you have undereaten, now you're hungry and your stomach is growling in the seat of meditation. So again, your mind is going there. Oh my God, is my breakfast ready? Now I have to eat breakfast. So that is their moderation. And sleep is rest. Enough rest has to be there for the body. That's why we recommend meditation in the morning, that you have had a good night. It's a presume that if you've had a sattvic lifestyle, you will have a sattvic sleep. Sattvic sleep is where you get up and you feel fresh and refreshed, and you're like, okay, let me do things. Rajasic is like, what, it's Rajasic, and Tamasic is you don't want to get out of your sheets at all. That's tamasic. So sattvic sleep, when you lead a lifestyle which is sattvic, the sleep will be also sattvic. To lead a lifestyle, your eating habits have to be in moderation. Don't over exercise. I have a friend. One day her A1C was high, so she said, "Oh, so I went for a walk in the morning and I went for a walk in the afternoon. Guess what? Hip inflamed, arthritis in the hip, inflamed. Can't walk only then." So don't do extremes. Don't do extremes. And A1C is not going to come down because one day you walk twice a day. Rather than that, maintain that walk every single day. Not do extreme one day, then some other problem is going to come. So that is why a life of moderation is required. Extremes should be avoided. And this is what Bhagwan is saying here. Na jagrato naiva charjana. We'll stop here. Next, he will go again into the same things. Om swasti prajabhyav paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha gobrahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sasya shalini desho yam kshobarahita brahmana santu nirbhayaha om sarvesham swasti bhavatu sarvesham shantir bhavatu sarvesham purnam bhavatu sarvesham mangalam bhavatu sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayaha सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम असतोमा सद्गमय तमसोमा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम. Hari Om, everybody, and I'll see some of you tomorrow. There is class tomorrow, and we are starting with the text Drig Drish Viveka. So make sure whoever is joining has the text. We will be going into the text tomorrow because the introduction is not as long as the Upanishad, but so make sure you have the text. All right. Hari Om, everybody. Have a good day.